Hi there, my name is Matthew and I'm a member of the COVID-19 support team. Thank you ever so much for accessing the latest installment of our blog series. We've got a lot to cover today, so we're going to get stuck straight into it. And first of all, we're talking a little bit about mandatory vaccination. So first of all, I'd just like to ask if you can go check out the bulletin this week. There's a survey on there where we can learn a little bit about your situation, how many people are looking like they're going to be leaving, if people, all good to go, if we need to organise anyone to get vaccinated. Please do check it out. I'll pop a link in the description. It helps us to support you massively, so thank you in advance. Moving on from there, of course, so the main topic is that mandatory vaccines will be needed for anyone to pass that threshold into a care home on a professional capacity as of the 11th of November. So it's passed through the House of Lords. They've said that you will need to have both vaccines, and although we are awaiting more details, we've sort of looked at the timeline and what this means for you as it stands at the moment and your staff if they are not vaccinated. So, as we sort of just touched on there, after the 11th of November, if someone isn't doubly vaccinated, they will have to take unpaid leave until they have sorted that process out, which means that the 15th of September would be the final deadline for anyone who needs to start the vaccination programme to get started, as their next dose would need to be 8 weeks after, which would take them to the 10th of November. The 1st of September, however, will be the final deadline for anyone to have received both doses and to be immune, as it takes 2 weeks after the second dose has been received for immunity to build up. So it's something just to keep in mind at the moment, because we haven't been told 100% whether it's going to be immunity that's needed or just to be vaccinated with both doses. So keep that in mind. So if you were to contract COVID-19 from the 18th of August, what that basically means is that you'll have to wait 28 days until your first dose. And, that means that for every day past the 18th that you haven't had that first dose, then that will mean that you're overdue come November and you'd have to take unpaid leave. So we're really pushing that if anyone can get vaccinated, is looking to keep their job and wants to stay working within the care setting, they're going to have to start that process just for their own safety before the 15th of August. As I say, there are some points that we're still waiting for information on, so we don't know whether the government are going to want it to be immunity or vaccination dependent. So as soon as we know, you'll be knowing as well, because we'll send out flash emails, we'll get in touch over the phone, so please do keep your eyes peeled. And then as well, we don't actually know if they're going to be commenting on the booster vaccinations. That might be thrown in there. If it is, you'll be the first to know. Moving on from there, we also have a little bit of more information of how being doubly vaccinated will impact people's lives. So we know already that come September, people going into nightclubs will need to show evidence of being vaccinated. This can be done on the NHS App. It can be done by having a COVID passport. Similarly, the same will apply to large sports events, and the first trial of this is going to be taking place at the Tottenham vs Arsenal football match coming up. And there are other sort of businesses that are still adopting the need for you to be doubly vaccinated or evidence that you have a negative test. So, of course, it's going to be affecting social lives, the ability to actually travel and go abroad and work potentially. So it really is important that people are looking to receive their vaccines. Moving on from mandatory vaccination, we'd like to remind providers that at the moment it's more critical than it has been ever before for you to be sending through capacity tracker updates or updates on the service update system. Now, we understand it's a very busy time, but just in case this is flagging something in your head that's thinking, oh, I haven't done it, it's just a little bit of a reminder. If you can, that'd be absolutely amazing for us, as that data really is useful and it's what we base everything on. And then for those that might not be aware already, the limit on named visitors within care homes for your residents has been scrapped. It's gone. So a resident can name as many people as they want to have, but it is important to know that guidance now outlines that it'll be down to the care home to ensure the safety of staff, residents and visitors. So please do keep this in mind moving forward. And then finally, I'd just like to give you a heads up about a care provider forum that's going to be taking place between 10 AM and 12 midday. Now, of course, we understand that there's a lot going on at the moment, and we wouldn't usually put, something like this in the mix as well while you're in the thick of it. But there's a lot of important information going to be going into that forum, so it really is important that you get there, as at some point you will be needing to take on information that is shared. It's sort of looking at the challenges that might be coming up. So there's going to be information from IPC, BCA, CQC, mandatory vaccination comments, things about the booster jabs, occupancy support, contingency plans, and lots more. But that's everything from me. Thank you ever so much for taking a little bit of time and watching this video. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you. Bye.